Hi everyone, my name is Jarek from Genius Gecko, and this is first video of a series that is meant to present to you very interesting tool for project planning and execution called Planless. Planless aims at simplifying project planning activities and automating a lot of time-consuming and error-prone tasks associated with that. In this video, we will focus on how easy it is to create a project plan in Planless and how much flexibility does the tool provide. Before I will show you how the planning is done, let me for a moment take a look at how the Planless looks like from the perspective of a user who executes the tasks or delivers the tasks. So something important, Planless operates on the tasks which are basically pieces of work that has to be done, that needs to be delivered. So let's open one of the tasks, and we can see that associated with tasks is quite a lot of information. When it comes to this details tab, we'll discuss it a bit later, but each task may have its own description, files attached. Each user can log work that was performed on the task, and later this can be pulled out into the reports to monitor how much time was spent on each task compared to what was initially estimated. And each task can be commented, so basically all the discussions relevant to delivery of this task can be stored on this task level. So each user who has tasks assigned have access to the dashboard where he or she sees all the tasks that are assigned to this particular person. These tasks or this view can be displayed in two formats, just as a list of upcoming tasks that the user is meant to do, or in a calendar format where user exactly sees what work needs to be done when. And also there is an overview of upcoming future tasks, so the user knows both what should be done now and what is upcoming in the future. Okay, so now that we know how tasks looks like in Planless, let's have a look at the most interesting part, so the planning. Let's have a look here. So Planless allows us to group all the tasks that we have defined in the folders. These folders may be nested one within the other, and that allows us to create a structure that will be suitable for us. So we could have a higher level folder representing a project portfolio, and below that several folders that are representing particular projects, and some of them could have even lower level folders with project phases. And in these folders there would be tasks. So I will enter one of the folders that I have defined here, marketing campaign, and what I will see is basically a Gantt chart. So we can see a list of the tasks with some details about them. So the person assigned, skills, effort, priority. Here I can see the tasks on the timeline and information about the dependencies between the tasks. So if I hover my mouse over these arrows before or after the tasks, we will see what other tasks are connected with dependency with one another. So it looks pretty standard, right? So where does the unique of Planless comes from? And the answer is that this chart and the assignment was basically done fully automatically. So let me show you what I mean. I will add a new task. Let's say that we will be preparing some data. And now I have basically three important information to fill. Select a skill. We need to select what skill is required to perform this task. The skills can be defined in a Planless, so you can adjust them according to your needs. And also the skills are defined on user level, so we are able to tell which user has what kind of skills and on what level. I will discuss this probably in detail in our second video. So for now, let's say that copywriting is required to do this task. We have to estimate what kind of effort will be required to do this task. And this is something that I think is pretty unique, is that we can show a range of times. Usually tools just take one value. Here we can put that this is, for example, somewhere between 8 and 16 hours. Of course, if we would be sure, we could just put from 8 to 8 and that would be it. But yeah, let's have it from 8 to 16. And let's pick a priority. Let's stick to normal for now. I will not fill at the moment the other things, and I will add the task. Okay, task was added, it's at the top. I will move it somewhere lower. And you can see that it was automatically planned. So if we hover over the task, we will see who is assigned to this. So basically Planless took into consideration the skills required and tried to find the correct person to do this task, find the right space in time where this person has capacity to do the work, and planned this task in that kind of period. Of course, there can be some, maybe this task is more important than the other ones, and actually this time frame that Planless proposed is not good enough for us. So let's have a look what will happen if we will raise the priority of this task. So let's say it is urgent. All right, so you can see that now it was moved closer to today. Actually, it should be the work on it should be started today, and some other tasks with lower priority were pushed into the future because now we know that this task has a higher priority. For the tasks with the same priority, the order in which these tasks are on the list is important. So yeah, Planless did for us the person assignment, the putting or placing the tasks on the timeline, but of course then there can be cases where this automatic assignment is not sufficient for us. Fortunately, we can also force Planless to do some manual or override basically the decision of Planless. So let's open the details. And you can see that it is assigned to James, but yeah, I want to manually assign it to myself. It will ask me whether I want to force assign it. Yes. Okay, now I am assigned to the task. Yeah, it actually didn't change the start and end date of task being performed. But yeah, I am assigned. And now if we would like to change that, I have to do this manually, or if I remove the assignment, it will again, automatically assign it to the person that Planless considers the best. So you can already see that, in my view at least, it is very valuable and very neat feature, because even if initially at the start creating a plan is pretty simple, because you just need to define dependencies and put the tasks in the right order, assign people who can do that, and it seems pretty simple. But the problems appear when there is, for example, two tasks that have to be finished at the same time by the same person, and there is a lot of dependencies before, for example. So in the end, it turns out that with our plan, we end up with these tasks being done a bit too late, and then we have to replan everything. So the more advanced our plan gets, the more of that kind of problem points arises, and we need to start replanning, reshuffling tasks, reassigning them. This is at times very time consuming. While in Planless, this is done basically automatically. We can of course do some manual changes or fixes if at specific points something is not okay for us, but in general it is just done. It's simple, it's fast, and we do not need to bother with that. So I find that this feature is very neat. But yeah, let's have a look what else do we have here. So here we can see that this task is in red. Why is that? And the answer is we provided the due date by which this task should be done. But it turns out that currently Planless predicts that it is not possible. And yeah, there will be that kind of cases. Planless cannot actually do anything with that at the moment because we're at a specific point in time today. There are dependencies between the tasks that are not even started. And yeah, we end up with information that possibly this task will be delayed. And yeah, we need to do something with that. Fortunately, Planless allows us, for example, to assign multiple workers to the task. So that this will probably shorten the duration. Also, I've mentioned that on the user level, we can assign a skill to the user and the level of a skill that this user has. So basically, the higher level of a skill user has, the more effective he is, at least considered by Planless. So maybe if here we are getting in red, we could assign a user with a higher level skill so that the Planless will consider that this task will probably be done in a shorter period of time. I will show this in a bit more detail in the second video. And one more thing that I wanted to mention is that you remember that we provided estimate as two values. So basically a range starting from 8 to 16. And you can actually see that Planless also shows this on the Gantt chart. So here more or less we have when the lower level ends. So if it would take 8 hours, it will end more or less here, while in the worst case scenario with 16 hours, it will end somewhere around here. Yeah, so that's it for today. I hope that you found this interesting. In the next video, we'll be talking more about resource planning and resource optimization. So we'll go through skills, through completely separate modules showing workload here, and get into details of some other interesting tools. So I hope you found this video helpful and interesting, and hear you next time. Bye.
And that, my dear friend, was Planless, a tool that we are really fascinated with when it comes to automated resource management. We are Planless partners and we help customers get trained and get comfortable with the tool. We also sell licenses to this tool with a discount. So if you're looking for any kind of services around this tool, maybe also just to talk about whether this tool is good for you or not, or maybe if there are any other good opportunities that would match your requirements, let us know. All the important information will be available to you in the description of this video down below. Thanks a lot for watching. We appreciate you and see you in one of the next videos, hopefully.